Alright guys, so today we are going to see about greasing our U-joints. See if we can get in here. I've got a grease gun and hit up all the Zerk fittings on the the U-joints. Any other places where we might want to lubricate with some grease, drive shaft, U-joints down there at the end by the transmission, etc. So we're going to get this set up, see if we can get all the Zerk fittings. Alright guys, so if you see right there, we rotated the drive shaft. You can see the nipple of the Zerk fitting right there. There was some gunk, old grease probably. Just had to scrape that off with the fingernail, but you can clearly see the fitting there. We're going to pull the grease gun over, get it attached, see if we can get some grease shot into it. Grease fitting number 2, you can see there, just like the first one, kind of caked on grease, just old grease, of course. We'll go ahead and scrape some of that off. The fingernail, no big deal, just a little bit of old grease. Now I will show this one. This one's a little bit better of an angle for you all, but as I understand it, this is the first time, maybe I did this back in high school in a auto mechanics class, but as I understand it from others, when you fill up these U-joints with grease, you just do a couple pumps, but really what you're looking for is the crackle, and that's the sound of the grease going in and pushing out any air. So that's all you'll hear is just a little crackle. I'll go ahead and get this set up and we'll pump some grease in. We'll see if you can hear what that sounds like. But that's really what I've been told, what I've been reading is just push grease in there until you hear that crackle. That's it, pushing through. And really, if you don't even hear a crackle, what I've been hearing is just like 2 pumps is usually sufficient, which is all I had to do on that first one. As soon as I hit 2 pumps, I heard a little crackle, and that sounded like the air being pushed out. So we're going to get this fitted on there and just kind of demonstrate what that's like. All right guys, so we've got the grease gun connected there. As you can tell, I actually found it. Looks like there's another little Zerk fitting. I think that's what this is. I'm not exactly sure what that one is doing. The ones in the center are obviously part of the U-joint. Not exactly sure what this one is, but it definitely looks like another Zerk fitting. I am going to go ahead and pump this one. We'll see if you can hear that crackle when the grease pushes the air out. So here we go. That's just the handle. About to hear the crackle. Yeah, just a little bit, not too much of a crackle. That was actually 3 pumps. Should be good to go. Just moving down from the transfer case down to the drive shaft here. This is just on the other side of where we were before with the transfer case. Down here at the drive shaft, there are 2 Zerk fittings here. One of them looks a little dirty on the end. The other one looks okay. I think those are going to be in a pretty good spot. I don't need to worry about the position of the drive shaft for this particular for these fittings to get this re-greased, but I'm going to go ahead and plug in. If it is in a good place, I'll go ahead and plug in, and we'll get these 2 greased back up. Got that tightened down, connected up to the second fitting here on this particular U-joint. If that's in fact what this is, I believe these are all U-joints, but let's get started. Let's listen for that crackle. Great. All right, let's check out the rest of the fittings. All right, guys. So here we are at the end of the drive shaft, right before we hit the pumpkin, the differential. You can see we've got a Zerk fitting there inside, and we've got one just out here on the collar, on the U-joint itself. So we're going to get hooked up to these. I had to clean them both off. Had a little bit of that grease residual on the outside of it. So going to get those connected. Start with the inside one, and we'll get them greased up. We're going to start pumping. Should hear that crackle. Yep. There's that crackle. Yep, and you can see some of that's pushing out already. All right, let's move on to the next one, this one here. All set up here. We've got this final fitting ready to go. And we're going to start pumping. No real crackle there, but you can